Happy Saturday morning to you. Happy, for some of you, probably day 4 or 5 of the convention. After all, Wednesday is the new Thursday. Are y'all having a good time so far? Well, I think your day is about to get even better. I think we all know why we are here. We have some fantastic voice and performance actors from what is probably not just the biggest video game of the past year, but probably the best past decade. Am I right? And the best part about all this is that you don't have to listen to me ask all these questions that I want to ask, because you're going to ask all the questions today. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have 2 microphone runners. I'm going to have one person in an aisle right over here. I'm going to have a person in an aisle right over here. And as you saw in the bumper that played before we started, we're also going to be taking, for accessibility issues, we'll be taking, and for those of you on DragonCon TV, we'll be taking questions on our Discord channel as well. And we are in the Weston Peachtree in case you forget those types of things on a Saturday morning. All right? Okay, so does it sound good? Y'all ready to start? All right. Just remember, keep those questions succinct. Please, a great question is who, what, where, when, why, not me, me, I, right? Okay, so, all right. Well, without further ado, let us introduce the fabulous performance and voice talent from this game, Baldur's Gate 3. I'd like you to give a warm welcome to Astarion himself, Newbon. All right. Well, don't stop that noise. You're going to have to keep it going for the one and only Shadowheart, Jennifer English.
I thought I said I wasn't sitting next to Jennifer English. Oh, God.
Sorry, well, we got the green M&Ms sorted, so we're good. All right. All right. I want you to keep that noise going for not just a very important performance of a very important squirrel in this game, but, of course, one of the minds behind the mocap direction, and make some noise for Aliona. Baranova!
I wasn't sure I was going to be next to you.
They split you up to talk too much.
Welcome, welcome. All right, I want you to keep that noise going for Lazelle, Devora, Wilde. And please keep that love going for the voice and performance actor behind Will, Theo Solomon.
It's rather snug, isn't it?
What's that? I'm sorry?
It's rather snug.
Yeah, I know. We probably need, but you know what I like? I like this intimate sort of format here where we're all squished together. This is a real honor and a privilege, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'm living the dream over here. So I understand this is, I think, everybody's first DragonCon, right?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. How is now keep in mind, we're only 4 or 5 days into this point. How has the experience been for you so far?
It's been an experience.
I think you could take that a lot of different ways.
I heard someone say it was like the Burning Man
Yeah.
of conventions,
Yeah.
and I see that. You guys know how to party. Bloody hell.
We also really like our air conditioning in these types of places.
Needed.
I'm sure you've seen all the awesome cosplay here at DragonCon, and many Baldur's Gate cosplayers, I think, are out there in the crowd right now, right? So that's going to take us to our first question for this morning. And again, if you all want to line up to ask your own questions, we'll take a line over here and a line over here. We'll take our first question from Discord, from Sacrifice J, who asks, if you had to cosplay as a character or creature from Baldur's Gate 3 that is not the characters or one of the characters you acted as, who or what would it be?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Neil, you want to start us off?
No.
Please.
No, it's okay. I don't know, man. You know what, though? Because Mizora's awesome with the wings and stuff.
Oh, Missouri.
I might try and rock a Mizora. That would be epic. Because of the wings, man, and the whole thing. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I might try that, just for shits and giggles.
You might be able to borrow the costume from the costume contest the other night. So we'll see. All right. Jennifer, how about you?
I just saw a cosplay competition yesterday and Dame Aylin, and I think, I feel I haven't got the gravitas to pull that off. But if they could do like a petite version, I'd like to just be like, I am resplendent. I'd have a great time.
A vegan-friendly Oren.
Thank you.
That's good. I would.
Murdering tofu?
I would be the guy. Now, what's he called? The spider.
Oh, yeah.
With the. Carnes.
He's a priest of love.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
that guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
He's hot.
Actually, yeah.
I would. You would.
That was Josh Sklar played him. He was amazing. Amazing
My
actor
arm's
called
cool.
Josh Sklar. Yeah, very cool guy. Yeah.
I think I'd go for someone chill, and for me,
Shock, yeah.
that's got to be Withers. Got to be Withers. I just put all the gold on my face. Do you know what I mean? Got to be done.
Great. Bone Daddy, yeah.
That's a good one. Your name is now Bone Daddy for this entire trip. That's what we're calling it.
I'll take it.
Hashtag Bone Daddy on social media, please. All right, let's go to our first question from the crowd here. This individual with all the ribbons.
Hello, my name is Marco. Thank you for being here. My question is, when you were recording your lines, how much insight did you have into the overall story of Baldur's Gate 3? Were you recording cold, or did you know everything? I mean, you can't have known everything, but did you have the larger
Du bist
context?
Deutsch, no?
Sorry?
Du bist Deutsche, no?
Yes, you remember
Wie
me.
geht's du, Schatzi?
Sehr gut, ausgezeichnet, danke.
Geht's good. Hello, yeah, nice to meet you. Do you want to go first? Which way do you want to do this?
I knew nothing.
Yeah.
And she still doesn't. And I still don't. This is actually true. I think when we started, it was only supposed to be early access, right? So that's kind of all we knew. And even within the scope of that, very little. I mean, I would come to the sessions and we'd get the script a little bit beforehand, but they'd be like, oh, now Lae'zel does this? Oh, okay. All right, great. And then beyond that session, that's it. That's all you know. So very in the moment, which I think is actually very helpful because it prevents you from being a bit in your head as an actor. You don't know this. You don't know the ending, so you can't play the ending. So you're always present, which I think is a really big gift to have as an actor.
Yeah, I think as time went on, everything started coming together. Early access was unusual because we kind of did sort of chronologically, step by step, as Dev said, which actually helped the actors enormously because we all got to ease into our characters. And as time went on, you started pulling threads together, and it kind of made more sense. But yeah, I think Dev's absolutely bang on. It was nice to be, once we understood our characters really well, it was very impulsive. All of us had that same experience of, oh, my character would definitely do this in this situation, especially because it's branching narrative, which every possibility. I mean, Lara are mad geniuses because they try to do, okay, well, if this happens and this happens, then you have to have this response. But if that doesn't happen, then you have to have this. It was insane. And they made it work. It was quite incredible. Yeah, very cool. So we're good for Lara. Auf Wiedersehen.
All right, let's go to our first question on this side.
Only on these things, not on the actual job.
Morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. First time I've ever asked a question.
We shall be firm but gentle with our answers, darling.
Given the wonderful success of this game, the broken video game market for the last 10 years minimum
The what?
of just games coming out that are just garbage, take a year to be playable or even enjoyable, do you think the success of your game is going to push the gaming field to make complete better games on release?
It is a very mixed bag with that kind of stuff. I would say that we're not developers, we're performers. So whatever answers we're going to give is going to be probably woefully, I think there's a word for it which I'm escaping.
Inadequate.
Oh, inadequate, thank you very much. I hate that word. So the thing is, like, it's a very mixed bag. The bottom line I would say is that any game from indie to AA, AAA, and I've been a director, as Aliona has as well, on the other side of it as well, and consulting and all that kind of stuff, it takes an enormous amount of work. So even if a game doesn't work, or if there's bugs in it and that kind of stuff, you have to understand the huge amount of people hours that go into, and the expertise, and the difficulties, even just funding a game, let alone getting to that point. So, I don't know, is the honest answer, man. I mean, it's good to have shining lights of what is possible, and the attitude, I think, is the most important thing, because you can't always account for development issues. What you can account maybe is try to inspire people to go, well, do you really need to microtransaction every single thing in a game? Can you be more generous for the players to say, well, yes, you're paying for this DLC, but we're going to give you all this extra stuff. Or in Lauren's case, which is highly unusual, nothing was extra. It was a complete game with all the updates. That is unusual. And it's really, obviously, Larian are also independent. You have to understand that. They don't have shareholders in that way. So they're not beholden to people, and they can honor that, which is amazing. And Swen and all the people that run Larian have that attitude, which is why I think the game is so good, because they're really making it for the players. We put in the non-binary, remember when that came in? We put in the non-binary they, them about a year into the cycle, I think it was. I tried to work out the amount of money that cost. It was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds or euros or dollars or whatever, simply to add that thread line in, because we all had to do full performance for it. So that's unusual, but other games are doing it. So, it's little by little, isn't it? So, I don't know. That's an honest answer, sorry.
I think we can all take a minute to applaud and thank the amount of work that went in so that so many people can feel themselves in Baldur's Gate 3 through what you all have done. So thank you so much for that.
Again, that's Larian. We were part of it, but Larian wanted that.
Absolutely. Well, let's go to a Discord question. And Theo, I'm going to start with you on this one because this is a Will-inspired question, all right? So here we go. So this is from BearClaw27, who asks, Will's dynamic of being a good guy with a warlock past fascinates me. If you formed a warlock pact, what would be your motivation?
You asked me what his deal with the devil would be.
If I formed a warlock pact, what would be my motivation?
I'm interested.
I think it's got to be something selfless, something for the world. I mean, something like, I don't know, I'd take a pact for like world peace or something, no, genuinely, like, and just.
Okay,
and
we're going to back him up. He is very much like this.
No,
okay?
Genuinely. I'll pay you later. Like suffering for all eternity for something like that. I think any of us would take that on, especially with everything going on in the world at the moment. Yeah. Like taking on that kind of burden for others, I think would be essential, and I think Will kind of is like the moral compass of the game. He's always trying to do the right thing. He's always trying to do right by people, even if he ends up in shit situations with Mazora. Sorry for filming.
We've got two.
But yeah, I think world peace. I'll take a pact on for that any day.
And I love it because I don't know if the mic picked it up, but I loved that while Theo was giving that excellent answer of world peace, Neil was saying, "Deal with the devil." Would anyone else like to take on the
Hell no.
warlock pact?
Definitely
Okay,
not.
fair enough. Sorry, Bearclaw. All right, let's go to our next question.
Hi, my name is Kayla.
Hi, Taylor.
Huh?
Taylor.
Kayla.
Kayla. Hi,
Yeah.
Kayla.
Hi. So what would be your favorite parts of your characters' romances, or one of your favorite romance scenes in the game?
Romance scenes, which one was your favorite?
I did everybody.
No, is it for your character?
He did everybody.
Oh, he-
I'm gonna.
I genuinely, I mean, Shadowheart's romance is I think is just so beautifully written, and it did help that I was. Did you misunderstand? You misunderstood the question, and I was trying to go Neil.
I thought
the
we were
romance
saying
scene.
who was your favorite person to romance?
I knew you
For our
thought that.
characters with.
Lord.
Oh, I'll get. Yeah, okay, you go. No,
Only 11:52.
no, you take it. I got
So I think, yeah, it really helped that I had a blush test in the control room because, in the recording sessions, because I could be like, is this good enough? Oh, she's blushing. Yeah, I did great. So yeah.
Make me blush now.
So so that would be mine. Literally all of them. I did like the skinny dipping scheme, but I haven't got to that bit in my playthrough yet. In our playthrough, so
Don't spoil it, guys.
yeah, don't spoil it. No spoil it.
I'll go next then. I loved Lae'zel's sunrise scene over the city of Baldur's Gate. Is it the city? Yes, it is. Because it's just Lae'zel, for once in the game, not just wanting to bang you. And that's, development. And I just think it's really cute, and it's so well written, and it's just, and when I saw it in the game with the graphics and the music and the player, who is it? Companion? No. The Tav. My God. I need to do some brushing up on my... With Tav, it's just really beautiful, and it's one of the moments where she shows vulnerability, which obviously doesn't happen very often, so I loved that scene very much.
I think Will's quite a romantic character. He's a bit of a smooth talker.
He's also a bit of a blocker. Have you had that, Glug? Oh, dude. I'll tell you afterwards, but basically there's a friend of mine who's one of my closest friends who almost stopped talking to me for a day because Tom, because you stopped him from romancing Karlach and broke it for the rest of the game. Yeah. I'm fine with it. Sorry, go ahead.
I think maybe like the proposal with the acorn and obviously the dance scene as well is beautiful. But I loved the romance scenes. Like, they were like my favorite scenes to record. Like, every single day I got told, like, the romance, intimacy scene. I love them so much because he's such a vulnerable person and he just wants love and he like struggles to express that. So when he finally does, it's like an outpouring of emotion. So literally all his romance scenes I loved.
Let's go ahead. Oh, you want to answer? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the bear scene. But
Sorry, I should have cut him off. Sorry.
but that's not strictly true. The hug scene actually was not all of them were great, but I liked the hug scene because I wasn't expecting it until we saw it in the script, and that was a really unusual moment because I realized how layered they were making all the characters in those moments. I just thought it was really awesome that they had this malleability with characters to show all these different sides, like the sunset scene with the acorn scene as well, and this kind of stuff. It was really cool. So I like that enormously. Yeah, it was very cool. But the bear scene.
Aliona, I know the squirrel is not romanceable in Baldur's Gate. At least I haven't unlocked that yet, if that's there. But I know it's in a direction position, you kind of get a 360 view. Is there a particular romance scene that struck you as something you really touched you?
I'm going to be biased, but directing Jen in the romance scene and having her, I could hear when Jen was reading the Shadowheart lines, performing the Shadowheart lines, and they were at me. And so pretty lucky. It was great for me. And that's how I could be like, yeah, it was that take. Yeah.
I don't think anyone here is going to complain about that bias. All right. Let's go to our next question over here.
Hi, my name's Lisa. I love all of you guys. My question is, since Baldur's Gate 3 has some of the most interesting character design, you had to take fashion advice or inspiration from one of the characters besides the main companions, who would you choose?
Fashion advice.
Oh,
I
Miss
believe that was
Zora.
fashion advice or inspiration.
Zora.
That
Yeah.
like slit. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Oren. Maybe a hybrid.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I think Isabel.
Yeah.
With this, yeah.
It's very 80s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Good question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good question.
All right. Let's go to another question from Discord. Aliona, I'll start with you on this, especially since you got to see a lot of the characters in action here. Caitlin and Victoria are asking in Discord, what is your favorite line or moment of another character other than your own?
Are those coffees coming, by the way? 'Cause I'm still waking up. Favorite line. Go on. Oh yeah, it's stop licking the damn thing.
Yeah. Literally that. Literally that.
yeah.
Especially because Tim's delivery is so good, man. Yeah.
So good.
I just had to scan like 100,000 lines in my head, be like, which one is it? Thank you.
I would add to that all of Dame Aylin's lines. I am obsessed with her, can you tell? But I think when she's like, what is it that she's like, I'm going to take, is it like,
Take sucker in your body.
yeah, like just all of it. It's just she's just iconic. And I love Helen Keeley's performance of her.
Yeah, she's great, man.
Yeah. Well.
Dev, how about you? Is there a line other than your own?
one that's been bouncing around my head recently, and you two will know this, is now I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best, Jennifer. I never call you Jennifer. Where did that come from?
I was like, what did I do wrong?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm with you. Okay, I'm going to do my best, Shadowheart. Okay, wait, okay. You picked those by hand? No. Oh, no, forget I said that. Wait, no. No, yes, you didn't pick those by hand.
Oh yeah, you did pick those.
God, such a bad actor. You didn't pick those by hand, did you? They're deadly poisonous. Joking.
Is that what you were like?
Yeah.
It's so good.
I did finger guns
Oh my
at
God,
the
you
beginning.
Yeah, where's the coffee?
Your turn.
A favorite line. I mean, I don't have a favorite line specifically, but I'd say Karlach makes me laugh all the
Yeah,
time.
man.
When I'm in like the most serious situations in the game, or even just like when she's in your party and you've got to leave her at camp and she's just like, I guess I'll just stay here and eat dirt or whatever. You're like, I don't think that's healthy. Please don't.
It's interesting that because Sam nailed the opposite of what you thought another actor may come to it with. Do you know what I mean? Sam did a great job with
Brilliant
Karlach
job.
because it was opposite to what you thought other people would go to. Do you know what I mean? I really enjoyed that. Nice one.
Definitely.
Wicked.
All right. Let's go to another question from over here.
I don't know if we can take this question. I've just seen the T-shirt.
Yes, justice for Bing Bong.
I'm sorry, who's Bing Bong?
Hi, my name is Philippa. This question's for anyone on the panel. I think all of you grew as actors across the journey of BG3. As you hone your skills as a performer, what challenge are you looking forward to do next or tackle that you haven't had a chance to do yet?
Love that.
Oh, that's a good question.
I just played a fish. So, yeah, hitting it. I'm doing great.
This is actually an answer for like you guys, because most of what they did with the performance capture of their characters was stationary. I would love to see you guys do another video game role involving performance capture where you can move and walk around and do those cutscenes yourselves. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Did that.
Anyone else want to answer about?
I'd like to play more villains. I feel like we tickled with it with Dark Justicia Shadowheart, but I don't feel she's like full villain.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go like a bit Orin-y kind of villain. Like I just think just be really fun and purely evil. What a great job. Yeah.
I can hook you up, Duck.
And I should then play more princesses, right? I should play more princesses.
Yes, for sure.
Never gonna happen.
I think just echoing Jen, playing more villains, like the opposite of Will. Maybe he loves the pact with Mazora. And they go off on some Bonnie and Clyde adventures together.
Yeah!
I mean, I think that'd be very fun.
That'd be cool.
Theo, are you flirting with all of us in this room? Feels like it.
Just a little bit.
What was the thing that you coined, like, on the last one? The PDF, what is it?
Quantum physics.
PDF in quantum physics.
Not PDF.
No, PDF. PhD.
PhD in quantum physics.
We need that coffee.
All right. Let me go over here to this person with a question.
Hi guys, my name is Leah. I wanted to ask, of all of the character arc conclusions that you filmed for your characters, what was your favorite and why?
I don't have one.
She doesn't have one. I mean, I love Cottagecore Shadowheart for sure.
Cottagecore Shadowheart?
Cottagecore Shadowheart, yeah. What about you, Deb?
Yeah, I mean, I just love making Lae'zel happy. That's really my aim in life. So anywhere, you know, her just realizing that Vlaakith is not a nice person, god, and a goddess, and freeing Orpheus and flying away on her red dragon, and you know, that just makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, I haven't got to this point yet, because I'm playing as a Tav, not Will, but I think saving my father would be the one for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to another question from Discord from Brother Ramsey. And Neil, I'm definitely going to start with you for this one, who's asking, if you were putting together your own party, would you include your character from Baldur's Gate 3? Or would they annoy you too much? Now, many of you are actually doing playthroughs of the game right now on YouTube. So I'm kind of curious where.
I think, sorry, can we just rephrase the question?
Yes.
And perhaps ask, in people's playthroughs, actually, Theo and Neil.
One time it happened. And she's fine now.
Ask, who of our companions are in the other people's party? I didn't phrase that very well. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. That's the question we should really be asking here.
We did take Lae'zel out for a spin a few times.
Yeah, and?
It was great. Everybody had a good time. But we just found it not always necessary to have her in the party. Because other people need the space for their origin characters down.
I'm sorry, so who does your battles?
Sorry?
Who does your battles? I think Harlak.
As we are in America, I'm going to plead the fifth on this one.
I'm afraid you're going to have to take that answer, Ramsey. All right, let's go back to the audience over here.
She's really good.
I love this system that you're all sitting down.
Hi, my name's Ariel.
Hi, Ariel.
A lot of these characters have had very positive impacts on people in this fan base, and have even changed their lives for the better. And I was wondering if you felt like your characters made an impact on your lives, whether it was playing them or then doing a playthrough. Yeah. Did they impact you guys the same, sort of the same way?
I'd like to start that one. Yes, Corinna the Squirrel really impacted me. Changed me.
Can I just say she completely forgot that she had recorded it until the game came out.
And Zeph lovers over there, yes. I remembered once.
The cult of the squirrel. Yeah, I think, Theo, do you want to start?
Yeah, I think on like a wider impact, it's got me back into gaming. Yeah, like I was like a huge gamer, like in my teens and my late teens. I would like smash like 10 hours a day on World of Warcraft, that sort of thing. So like this game's allowed me to get back into games and to start streaming, and I'm just loving it so much. So yeah, the opportunity to do that's been amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, honestly, the way that it's impacted me is kind of through seeing the impact that it's had on you guys. Because I think, well, I'm just going to speak for myself, but when I got this job, I was just super excited to have a job. And to have a job for a long time, and then to do the job, and to, you know, and I honestly didn't really realize the impact that especially Lae'zel would have, because I think the first reaction to Lae'zel was, oh, she's so mean, she's so rude, but then I had people coming up to me being like, you know, I really relate to Lae'zel's story, to this kind of like indoctrination, and to breaking out of this pathway that people say I should follow, or that, you know, all of that stuff. And I was just, like, my mind was blown, honestly, because I didn't sort of realize. I didn't realize that. I was just so focused on doing the job. And then when I saw, oh my.
Sorry. We have a very important interruption here, which is a delivery of coffee.
This is the most important interruption.
Yes.
Thank
Can we just take a moment to thank all of our DragonCon volunteers?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Literally willing to do anything asked of them and needed. So, all right.
I know.
We take what we can get.
All right. We'll go ahead and go on to the next question then. Do we have anybody? Oh, yes, we have somebody over here. Thank you so much for that question.
Hi, my name is Tina. Great news. Your character is getting their own novel. Could be a prequel, could be a sequel, could be during the events of the game. Which author you want to write it?
Oh yeah, it's R.A. Salvatore. I probably pronounced his name incorrectly, but yeah, definitely him. Yeah. Oh yeah, just play the geek card in front of you. Thank you very much. Bam!
I think this is a Jennifer English question.
Yeah.
Oh God, I got so many writers.
I was resident bookworm.
How would you choose? The thing is, do we go?
No.
What?
I'm talking to Aliona.
Oh. I'm just going to talk about my favourite writers now, and I'm not going to get distracted at all.
Sorry.
A genuine. Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, come back to me.
Sorry.
I got nothing.
I'm not sure.
No, I'm really enjoying. So I just finished. No, I don't know. I'm really enjoying Hannah Kana and Samantha Shannon, who wrote Priory. I said in the last thing that I loved Priory of the Orange Tree, and I'm just thinking there's so much queer love and fantasy and that. No, I'm gonna stop talking because I'll just.
That's a good answer.
No, that's a murder mystery writer. You know nothing. What are you on about? No, I'm going to stop talking. But loads, that would be really cool. But the thing is that John, who wrote Shadowheart, I'm sure could write I feel like no one could write Shadowheart like John Corcoran. He is the master, and he knows Shadowheart better than he probably knows himself.
I think ultimately that is the answer for everybody, really. I mean, Stephen Rooney. We've got, what were your writers?
Kevin Van Ord. He wrote Will and Lae'zel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So different.
I think ultimately they should be the ones to try something like that because they created them. We just live in them, you know. So I'm going to change my answer to Stephen. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that.
See ya.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to Discord for our next question, and this is a little bit about voice acting tips. So
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Can we change
I know what he's
to
gonna
voice
say.
acting?
Well, yes, and I know it's voice. What would be the preferred term? Let's talk about that a little bit because I know it's okay. Just actor. All
Actually,
right, fair
doing
enough.
voice work.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
But
I know
This
there's
person wants
performance-
specific tips on acting for voice, right?
Yes, this is a tip about voice acting because Ramblin' Sean says, I may have wooed and wad too hard last night and my throat is a little scratchy.
Oh, wad. Like, wah.
Maybe it's... Maybe
Why
it's,
did you go wah?
Maybe it's Wario. It's wah. It's that, okay?
I get it.
Are there any industry tips to get me back to full shouting capacity?
Manuka honey.
Manuka honey.
That's the one.
Damn.
Yeah, soothes the throat, the vocal cords, yeah.
Bit lemon, hot lemon honey.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, bit ginger.
This is in
what you're
tea,
right
by
at.
the way.
In tea. No, no.
Actually, sometimes
Yeah,
you can
straight.
mash it,
Yeah.
Also, a big part of when you strain your voice is actually, because obviously the vocal cords get red and aggravated and all kind of stuff, hydration is a big thing. Coconut water is excellent. Full rest, not talking. Also, don't whisper talk if you're resting your voice. If you have to talk, weirdly, if you go into a head voice, that's actually safer than doing whispering, because whispering dries out your larynx. So,
Can you please do your head voice?
so actually, full rest is the best thing with hydration, like coconut water. The problem is that we all had such heavy schedules. I mean, I burnt out twice on the project, physically and vocally, and I just needed to. I just had to stop talking for 3 days straight, which, if people know me, is very difficult.
Did you do it?
No.
I knew that.
I highly recommend not talking to people. I don't really talk to people anyway. Sometimes I'm just like, I've really got a sore throat. I can't talk to you today. Sorry.
You know it's true.
That's
Good
my
on.
tip.
Thank you for the tips. Let's go to our next question over here.
Wooed and wad.
Hello, I'm Sophia. Forgive me for my yapping, I might yap. But growing up, I'd sing a lot and I would take inspiration from different artists and musicians. I was wondering if there are any artists or performances that inspired you guys to be in the performance field and acting?
Oh, I love that.
For the job or for acting in general?
I have lots. I grew up watching loads of Emma Thompson films, and I loved The Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah.
That was a big favorite, and so yeah, all the old British period dramas, and then and more recently performances like Viola Davis and who else are we really loving at the moment? Lily Gladstone. Oh my God, Killers of the Flower Moon. She's so brilliant in it. Yeah, there's I'm a very and I know Aliona's the same. We both just love consuming art, and we love going to the cinema and just being oh yeah, let's go and watch that person just because we love their performance. Just love acting, and throughout recording Shadowheart, there was a lot of just consuming, as there should be anyway, because that's great. So yeah, those are my answers.
I was wearing a Michelle Yeoh t-shirt, so
Yeah.
big inspiration. Also, I just remembered Power Rangers for some reason really inspired me as a kid. So
Yeah, I mean, so kind of similar to Jen and Aliona, really. So many actors I admire and performances that I admire. I wasn't particularly influenced by anyone for Lae'zel because she's so alien to just in general. But I mean, oh God, Frances McDormand, Robin Wright, older women with gravitas, because in this industry, if you are a woman and you pass a certain age, you are still in this day and age considered just past it. And I think that's disgusting and bullshit. Bull.
Unless you're gay. We love the older women if we're gay. But,
But it's just come on, we live in and it's just bollocks. So anyway, I'm going to stop swearing now, but you get the gist.
For me, someone like Denzel Washington, just because he plays villains, but I mean, sometimes good people as well. But when he plays villains, you kind of want to side with him. You're like, I kind of get where you're coming from. Do you know what I mean? So I rate him, and maybe inspiration for Will, possibly like Russell Crowe in Gladiator. Yeah, just like super, super righteous and warrior-like. Yeah, they're my 2 answers.
Excellent. All right, we're going to go. Thank you for the question. We're going to go over here.
Hello, my name's Amanda. I wanted to know how you found your character's voice and maintained it throughout the entirety of recording.
Actually, yeah, it's actually interestingly linked to the last question. So I based, once I understood who he was, I based him on 4 different entities, 3 friends of mine, and also a stray cat that used to waltz into my house like he owned the joint, which is kind of cool. So there's 3 friends of mine. One of whom very sadly passed this year, which was difficult, but I love the fact that I got to use him and tell him I used him as to make Astarion. A friend of mine called Leendert van Nimbergen, who was a very beautiful human being, very wonderful man, and a friend of mine for most of my life, actually. So Leendert was incredibly loyal, the most loyalist person I've ever met as a friend, and also didn't give a hoot about what anybody thought of him. It was a really wonderful balancing act to add in. For the theatricality, darling, I used a friend of mine called Reuben Kay, who's an amazing cabaret performer, absolutely stunning. He and I met when we used to be caterers and destitute, and we've known each other for decades. And I used him, again, told him over dinner, by the way, Reuben, and I used him for theatricality. And the last one is my mentor, Giles Foreman, who's also a very close friend. I've known him since I was like 19, who's also a mentor for me, and he helped me develop a little bit. Many characters like Gavin Reed, Kamsky, people like that as well. And I used him because he pierces, and he's got this slightly maniacal piercing look, and it's kind of crazy. And he's also incredibly intelligent, very astute, and again, a very, very good person to be a friend with. You don't want to get on his wrong side, I feel. That's an interesting element as well. The laugh I stole from Tom Holtz, who's a wonderful American actor who was in Amadeus, with another friend of mine. My friend Roy Dotrice played his dad, actually. He was like my surrogate grandfather. And his laugh, I remembered as a kid. I watched it when I was a kid. I remember thinking, it's socially unacceptable. It's piercing, it's completely unapologetic, and no matter where you are in a room, it just travels, cuts you like a knife. So I thought, because I always search for laughs for my character, I think it's very important to have a definitive kind of thing. So I found that, and I went, they're never going to let me get away with this. So I broke it out in the middle of a set, and they were like, But then I told them the reasons why, and luckily I managed to BS my way through that moment. And yeah, so that's the combination of those aspects I brought to it. Yeah, the cat is just insane and very pretty. Sorry.
So for Shadowheart, she actually started out with a lot deeper voice. And like the way she was written was a lot more serious, and there wasn't a lot of her kind of sass. It was just kind of like she's here on a mission. And so it was like a really low voice in comparison to my own. And I was like, really? Sure? I don't know if I can do this for a while. And thank goodness we experimented and then found something that was a lot more, like just a lot more truthful. It's just mine, just a bit more kind of serious, but a bit more gravitas-y. But I think for me, it was really to get that voice. By the end, we didn't even have to think about it. It felt like, where does Jennifer begin and Shadowheart end? But it was because we always had to start in our character poses. Like we had to do our, what's it called? Space pose. Oh my God, it's been 2 minutes. And that just suddenly just made the voice click in for me. Was it the same with you?
Absolutely, same for me. And I'm the opposite to Jen. I started off my voice is lower anyway. Would you call me an alto?
Yeah.
I'd call you an alto, baby.
Sang next to you in choir, yeah.
We went to choir once. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But my voice was quite low anyway. But it started off similar to this, and you can, if you are online, you can see the audition that I did for Lae'zel, which sounded a lot more like this voice. And then as time went on, and I honestly couldn't tell you why and how this happened, but the voice just got lower and lower and lower, and then it was down to this. And there was a moment where I was like, so, you know, if people are sort of interacting with Lae'zel in Act 1, are they going to be like, this is a completely different character? I was really a bit worried about that, even though it was too late. But then I went back and I watched some little clips, and I was like, actually, it sort of, first of all, the difference isn't crazy, and second of all, it kind of works, because the Lae'zel in Act 1 is a bit more childish. She's just a bit more like, I'm here, and, you know, like, screw you guys, and yeah, I'm Blackhead, woo! And then by the end, she's seen it all, you know, she's seen it all, and she's just more grounded, more mature, and so it kind of works. But I couldn't tell you how and when that change happened. I think that's my sort of acting tip. Neil is like a proper actor with like inspiration. I'm just like, I just thought of do it, and it sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
You know, the interesting thing about that, because of the evolution was 4 years, that all of us, every single one of us, I think, because you came in a little bit later, obviously, but I'm not sure how that, you should talk about your stuff. All of us had an experience of the evolution. So Lae'zel was, that kind of element, and then changed a little bit more relaxed. My character's way more guarded, lower register, then developed into that, as opposed to down here. So you can see the difference actually at the beginning. And it kind of works. I really think it's cool. That was a happy accident.
We all aged a lot over, because it was over the pandemic as well. So we all went through a lot.
It's also a good reason. It's also a good example of why AI should never replace actors. Because it was not something planned by anybody. All of us went through our evolution with the character together, and it all changed for us as we were doing it. You cannot program AI to do that. You know? Do you know what I mean? Well, not in that way. So. Right on.
Yeah. For Corinna the squirrel, there was this stray squirrel that came into my flat. I did a lot of character studies. Yeah.
Animal movement workshops.
Yeah. It was done in a lunch break. All of the not all of the directors, but all the squirrels are voiced by directors from
they are. Yeah, Beth's one.
So yeah, Beth Park and Adrian Townsend is the squirrel next to Corinna. It was in a lunch break. So me, when I'm hyperactive, is the inspiration.
I think a lot of inspiration for Will, came from physicality and working out to in, and it's kind of like a biohack you can use in real life if you're feeling down some days. If you smile, if you push your chest out, your body will respond to it. So I feel like the voice kind of came from there. Our register and tone is the same, but I think he just hits his consonants a lot more than I do. Yeah, just tiny bit more. He's not from South London, so.
He's from Richmond.
And he's a royal as well, so hitting the consonants was important just to get that clarity out. But yeah, mainly working out to in. Physicality is so important in motion capture. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good question. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to this next question. I like this because it's a really good, getting to know the people, people behind the actor. And Jeanne, I think if I'm pronouncing that right, in Discord is asking, I think people often forget actors are people too occasionally. What's a boring fact about you all that might surprise us? Now, before I ask for any answers, I don't think I would use the word boring to describe any of these folks on the panel today. So maybe we'll, and I don't think you meant it that way, but I think we'll just change it to what is a fact about you all that might surprise us? But if it's boring, cool.
Oh, I was going to say, should we do facts about each other?
Oh, what do you think? What do you think?
I don't know.
Too many secrets.
I just want to caveat by this entire moment, this little bit, I love you all. Now proceed.
Oh, wait, I have one.
I'm not sure.
I have one. A fact that you might not know about me is that I am, in fact, not in a throuple. What? I'm sorry to break it to you live.
Living a lie.
Anyone else?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think about myself and each other now. Go on, Theo.
Oh, a fact about me, my grandma delivered me, which is pretty cool.
That's
Really cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
She was a midwife though, like it wasn't a, oh, the baby's coming, like who can do it? Grandma, quick, like.
Get some towels.
Yeah, I got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, that's another one.
That's not a boring fact.
That's not boring, Theo.
Okay, done.
Strong and a smooth talker.
Mine's boring. I really like birds. I forgot to bring my binoculars on this trip. I'm sad about
You have binoculars?
Yeah, I bring them everywhere.
God, I love
her
you
trip.
so much.
Yes.
I love you so much. Me. It's semi-public knowledge. I have a twin brother. Yeah, there's two of us. Nightmare.
They're very different.
They're very different. He's actually bigger than I am. He's like twice my size. Yeah, he's a big bear. Yeah.
What kind of industry work does he do?
He's a Steadicam operator. He's a cameraman. So he's literally opposite, diametrically opposed. Yeah. And he's a Brumet as well. Yeah, he talks like that. That's how I used to talk a little bit. No,
The
it
only
wasn't.
thing that's the same, your eyes are the same, but everything else.
Our eyes are the same. So we have like heterochromatic like eyes that change color a little bit and stuff and weird things like that. But yeah, everything else is different.
You're not identical.
We're not. We're
No.
fraternal twins. Yeah. So I've got a twin brother.
Jen.
You have lots of facts. I've got lots of facts, and now I'm just looking at everyone. I'm going, what do I say? I literally can't think of anything about myself.
About Oliver.
Well, yeah, when I was 11, I played Oliver in Oliver. And you know what, like when Harry Potter becomes the Seeker in first year of Hogwarts, it was like that.
And it's her Roman Empire. She
is.
mentions that she played Oliver every day.
I peaked at age 11. I peaked.
Dude, I played Fagin when I was 14. Yeah. Yeah, man, I did the whole thing. Yeah, it was cool.
All right, did y'all learn something new? I did. We have just a few minutes left since we started just a few minutes late. We're going to try to squeeze in just a couple more questions here at the end, so I'm going to go.
This is DragonCon. We can roll with it.
Yeah, we can.
Quick fire.
We'll do quick fire.
I'll figure it out.
We'll do quick fire answers for you.
Yeah.
Other than Neil.
Other than Neil, yes.
Well, we should lead and just
like
not do
one
the whole-
word.
Maybe not the whole panel. kind of
Okay,
thing.
we're taking it.
Sorry.
Hi, my name's Shajay.
Hi.
Hi.
First con and first time ever asking questions, so apologies if I'm...
Hey!
My question is for Theo. Will is such a phenomenal character, and you're... yeah. He's, like you said, he's so vulnerable and he's so hopeful, and your performance of him depicts that so gorgeously in a way that just wouldn't happen without you. I wondered if you had a moment or a scene that you really enjoyed acting that really sticks out to you or that you'll carry with you after this character.
Like I said, thank you, first and foremost. Like, I really appreciate those kind words. Thank you. The romance scenes stick out for me. The scenes where he's talking about his father, especially. Family's really important to me. Like, my equivalent would be my mum, like talking about her and, you know, if I was away from her, that will stick with me for sure. But like him as a character staying with me, like his positive mindset, do you know what I mean? So if you have a bad day, it doesn't matter because tomorrow's a new day and you get to go again. Do you know what I mean? The past is the past and you keep moving forward. So he's always in the present moment. He's always trying to do the right thing. And if you do the right thing and it goes wrong, you can still say you did the right thing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that will stay with me.
So before we get to this last question, with regret, this is going to be the last question, and I'm so sorry to those of you in line and in Discord and all those questions that we couldn't get to, just so many incredible things. I will point out that all of our guests here will be participating throughout DragonCon. I noticed in Discord there were a lot of questions about D&D experience. Have you played D&D before? What was your experience with that? Well, come find out tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
That's right.
There is going to be a D&D live with everybody you see on stage, hosted by, get this, Mark Meir. So that is happening in this same room, so I'll leave you with that teaser. But let's get to our last question.
Project, darling.
That's all right. I think my question is a little rhetorical for everyone here, but Neil, what in the sweet hells were you thinking setting off that blast? I was right
there. Very good, man. Well done.
But my actual question, I am a DM and I have to play like 12 NPCs every time I DM. And how do you toggle between being yourself and being like 12 other people?
Well, I'm a DM, so the thing is, as long as you have, it's the same thing like acting. As a DM, as players, you become actors and director, actor. So the thing is, like, you just have to have a really good understanding of the core person, and then just don't care, like, whether it's good or not. Just try it. I think just have fun with it. So if you're playing a grizzled old dwarf, doesn't have to have a voice like this. It can be like this. Hello, my name's Hagrid. How do you do? You know, just play around with it. But as long as you understand who they are intrinsically, like when you develop as a DM, the story and the characters, if you have a core understanding about it, the rest just falls into place with impulses. So don't worry if you're good or if they're going to like it or not. Just do it. Make sense? Yeah.
Anyone else with quick advice on that question?
DMs.
No.
Yeah. Like, I'd just say play like just to echo what Neil said, play like Shakespeare said, we are the players. Do you know what I mean? And you just keep that word play in it, because if you ask a 5-year-old, like, how do you keep jumping into all these characters? Like, how do you do it? He'll look at you like, what do you mean? I just do it. So you just got to do it and play and have fun, and it will happen. Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, on behalf of DragonCon, I really want to thank all of you for coming out today. Please don't forget to rate this panel in the app and let us know what you thought, and make sure.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Rate,
Why didn't you
like,
tell us
comment,
that? Rated?
Oh, hold on. Rate it. This is what they do.
The user reviews have gone out of control now.
They rate it 5 stars so that we all know we want them back next year. That's right. That's how it works.
We do the panel again.
5 stars. Good time had by all, not family friendly.
All right. Well, with that, can you help me give one more round of applause to all of our guests today? Theo, Deb, Aliona, Jennifer, Neil. Thank you so much, DragonCon.
Thanks, Rob.
I was Rob Roberts. It was an honor.
Thanks, Rob.
Have a great con.
Thanks.
You can rate them.
Do you want to do a selfie?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
We're going to do a selfie.